While campaigning is yet to start in poll-bound Nagaland due to the ongoing peace talks, parties are gearing up for the assembly elections scheduled for February next year. Northeast Live correspondent Chiben Khuvung caught up with the NPF legislature party leader Azo Neinu, who spoke on the various issues from the elections to Naga peace talks to ENPO demand. Listen in.
You finalized your candidates?
Finalization of candidates will be done at the fake end only, after the election commission notifies for election. And we'd also like to distribute our tickets only after other parties distribute their tickets, because there'll be a lot of anti-incumbency, and we'd like to take small advantage of that anti-incumbency period.
And we have been following you. You have always made it known that NPF is open to party or to other political parties who are like-minded and who will work for the people genuinely. So until this point of time, you always maintain that you will announce when the right time comes. Right. Has the right time come yet?
Not yet, perhaps. But it's about to come, because I feel that the election commission may notify in the second week of January. And you know, our party, in the latest CEC meeting, that is in the October CEC meeting, we have adopted a strategy, also a policy called pre-poll understanding for post-poll alliance. So we will be having pre-poll understanding with all political parties for post-poll alliance. That means definitely this time around, NPF will be in the government. Or, if possible, we will try to form our own government. It's either one of them.
So a lot of political parties, when we look at them, they are the old wine in the old bottle. How about the NPF? Are you going for a new wine in a new bottle? How are you going to select the candidates when you have finally decided to go for it?
You see, if you say the bottle is the party, that means it's an old bottle. But the wine will be all new, because we're going to have only new and fresh candidates. Yes, 1-2 candidates, winning chances, we may rope in, that's all. Or else it'll be fresh faces.
How are the talks going on between the government of India and the NSCN entities, the NSCN-IM and the NNPGs? Is it progressing or is it languishing?
You see, in regard to Naga political issues, I have given several statements, and I'm very sure publics are fed up. But for the last time, if government of India is serious about Naga political issue, they will table it during this parliament session. That is, parliament session has started from December 7 and it'll wind up on 29 December. So they will table it. But if they're not sincere, they may not table it. And once they don't table it, election is imminent.
So you have always said that to pave a way for the Nagaland Naga political issue, all the legislators should resign to pave a way. And you have mentioned that on several occasions. So why have the legislators not resigned yet? Are the legislators afraid of giving up their powerful seats?
You see, this is a collective decision of the UDA partners. UDA partners comprises of NDA, BJP, and NPF. So once solution or final inking is done, we will resign. But if the inking is not done, why should we resign? The question of resigning does not come at any cost at all.
You have also mentioned about the common draft. It's not only you, but the UDA. They have mentioned the common draft. And this common draft, now the NSCN-IM, they have also reiterated its stand on separate flag and constitution once again. And they say that without these two, they are not going to accept any kind of settlement. Yes. And so, has the UDA coalition failed in its role as facilitators? Has the UDA failed to bring the factions together to consensus?
You see, when we talk about common draft, when we talk about compilation of agreed position and also the competency clauses, that is IM's demand and the 7 NPG's demand. If a common draft is coming out, that means it is a sign that there is a logical conclusion is coming about. But if it is not coming out, it is them who has failed, the negotiating parties, and not the facilitators.
You have always been very outspoken, and you, on some occasions, you have mentioned that if the NSC and IM or the NNPGs, if they are not ready for a solution, if they are not sincere yet for a solution, if they are not ready to come together for Naga cause, they should just go back to the jungles and fight again.
Yes.
You have always mentioned that. So do you still stand on that?
I still stand by that. If nothing is going to come about, I think ceasefire should be abrogated. And they should go back to the jungle and fight for the Naga cause. I still stand by that.
The ENPO's separate statehood demand. And this separate statehood demand is also one of the reasons that has thrown the Nagaland Legislative Assembly elections into a state of uncertainty. Because without the ENPO representatives, Nagaland is still in a way incomplete. Yes. So now the ENPO has decided to abstain from the assembly elections. In your perspective, in your understanding, how is the abstention of the ENPO going to affect the probability of forming a government as far as the NPF is concerned? How is it going to affect the assembly elections, the polls in general?
You see, ENPO issue has risen up, popped up, because of the non-implementation of the solution and settlement. Once settlement or solution comes about, the ENPO issue, or rather demand, will die a natural death. Keep that in mind. But now, as far as ENPO's demand is concerned, I am one leader who's not for dividing the Nagas. And my party also is not for dividing the Nagas. So here I don't want to give much comments on it. If they can get a separate state, well and good. But I think 20 seats alone, they may not get a separate state. And why I don't want them to get a separate state is because we are one, we are brothers, we are blood brothers, we love them, we don't want to separate for them. That's the reason why.
Yes, the ENPO has accused Chief Minister Rio-led government of discriminating against him in many ways. Employment opportunities, infrastructure development, and they have mentioned this on a couple of occasions. Now, do you feel that the Nagaland government has really discriminated the ENPO? Because they have leaders, they have representatives. They also have 20 MLAs who represent them. So do you feel that it is fair to pin all the blame on Rio government, or do you also feel that their MLAs are responsible as far as this issue is concerned?
You see, any leader that may come about or may be there, let it be Rio, let it be Jamir, let it be Vamozo, let it be TR, any leader, nobody is perfect. So I think we shouldn't try to shift the blame to a single man alone. Everybody is equally responsible. If development is not taking place, I am responsible, as well as the 60 members are responsible, as well as the 2 MPs are responsible.
All right, so exclusive conversation there with Azo Neinu. While campaigning is yet to start in the poll-bound state of Nagaland, due to the ongoing peace talks, parties are gearing up for the assembly elections scheduled for February next year. And a Northeast Live correspondent Chiben Khuvung caught up with NPF legislature party leader Azo Neinu, who spoke on various issues ranging from elections to Naga peace talks to ENPO demand.